What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of KozMatt's Wrestling Recap. With Elimination Chamber less than 2 weeks away, Monday Night Raw delivered a jam-packed show, kicking off with a fired-up Sami Zayn accepting Kevin Owens' challenge made for him on Friday Night SmackDown last week. What did you think about the show, Matthew?
What did I think about the show this week? Well, I'll tell you, they've been ending the show at exactly 2 hours and the 30-minute mark. They're on
Yeah.
Netflix. I don't understand why they have to end it at 2 hours and 30 minutes every single week. They said there's no time restrictions. They could run it how long and how short as they want, but they have to exactly get it at 2 hours and 30 minutes. It's just something about it that kind of pees me off a little bit here. But like you said, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn coming out talking about what Kevin Owens has done to him with that insane pile driver. Adam Pearce interrupts, refusing the match that Sami Zayn wants with Kevin Owens because he's not, physically cleared to compete. But back and forth from these two, Sami Zayn ends up getting what he wants, and it's going to be an unsanctioned match. Adam Pearce gives it to him, so we're going to get a banger of a match between these two.
Oh, you can say that, man. What a way to kick off the show. Sami Zayn is just great on that mic. Adam Pearce filling in that GM role absolutely ideally. You know what? This brought us right to backstage action with more Judgment Day drama, and we saw it preclude throughout the night. Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio almost looking like they were ready to come to blows. A perfect segue for AJ Styles to have his return match on Monday Night Raw against Dominic Mysterio.
Mm, so this was good stuff here. I mean, was the match great? It was okay. I'll tell you, Dominic has grown leaps and bounds here as a performer in that ring. It's kind of about reestablishing AJ Styles as he's coming back from an injury. So here we get Styles defeating Mysterio, but Braun Breaker actually comes into the ring, poising for an attack. Instead of spearing AJ Styles, he lays out Dominic. And then there you go, stares down his future challenger, AJ Styles. This is going to be something incredible. And if there's somebody to take the title off Breaker, it's gotta be AJ Styles.
Oh yeah, for sure. Moving right from one Intercontinental Champion to another, we had an Intercontinental Championship contenders match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Ivy Nile taking on Dakota Kai in a pretty good back and forth match.
Yeah, winner faces Lara Valkyria. With these two, it's kind of unsure who I'd want to win this. I think I would more so prefer Ivy Nile just because I think there's a push that has been waiting to be thrown onto her. But WWE didn't do it this week. Kai was able to get the W here. But I'll tell you, I think it was time for Ivy Nile. I think the creative team's kind of having a hard way to get Ivy to connect with the audience here. So I guess it's the right call to have Dakota Kai do it, kind of keep securing her legacy.
Yeah, I'd be very curious to see what the decisions are if she's going to win that championship next week because that match was made official for next week, going after her first singles championship.
Right.
But like you said, this push for Ivy Nile and American Made as a whole, we still have that Chad Gable. What is he going to do with the luchadors in the background? So I'm very curious to see what they would do with him. And I kind of agree with you. I think Ivy Nile was the right winner for this, and I guess we'll just have to wait and see in the future.
Mm, couldn't agree more, man. Gunther's out next. He comes down through the crowd like Jey Uso does, headed down towards the ring, towards that arena floor, and the ring general. So he targets Cole and McAfee this week, asking them if they believed Uso could actually beat him. McAfee confirms. Michael Cole was telling McAfee to sit down, shut up, and be quiet because Gunther is going to beat the living piss out of him. And I'll tell you, these two together, it's just something incredible. Jey Uso comes out. These two, Jey Uso and Gunther, they cannot be separated. But I'll tell you, 2 months before Vegas, I think tonight got me a little bit hyped up. And if this is going to be that final match for Gunther as champion, I say give it to Jey Uso.
Jey Uso, say it with me. Yeet, that crowd is going to be going nuts at WrestleMania. I can't wait for it. Imagine Michael Cole and Pat McAfee at the booth. I can't wait. But you know what? this brawl really got me hyped up for the potential WrestleMania match, and it got me fired up, that's for sure. You know what? Moving from one all-out brawl to another one, we saw Penta take on Pete Dunne. Of
Mm,
course, Ludwig Kaiser getting involved.
yeah, then they all brawl out at ringside to put an exclamation point on all this stuff here. But Penter did take the W over Pete Dunne, but Kaiser kind of be in the shadow in this match here. I guess it was a good call there, but him and Pete Dunne aren't happy with each other. But Penta looking strong, hasn't lost a match yet. This dude is over like Rover, and I'm all here for it.
Yeah, me too, man. Talk about looking strong and being over. We had Roxanne make her Monday Night Raw debut in an Elimination Chamber qualifier match against Raquel Rodriguez, with Liv trying to get involved, trying to create an opportunity for
Mm,
Raquel Rodriguez to pick up the win. Raquel Rodriguez not able to get it done, and Roxanne Perez getting her first win on Monday Night Raw, advancing herself right into that Elimination Chamber.
good call there, but I'll tell you, like this crowd wasn't feeling the match. They weren't feeling the competitors, and I think some of it may have to do with Raquel Rodriguez. Nothing against her, but I just don't think she can connect with the crowd.
I couldn't agree more.
You know what I mean? But Liv Morgan now kind of finds herself in an unviable position here of sharing that chamber with Naomi and Belair, who then come out to try to attack her and Rodriguez. And of course, they escape. But the EST and Naomi here, I'll tell you, they come out in cheerleading costumes or whatever it is, some new
Oh boy.
cheerleading attire. I kind of dig it, not gonna
I
lie.
loved it. I loved it.
You know, I don't know if I'm more pumped for what we have next or if I probably wanted to fall asleep. New Day out in the ring next, cutting the promo, blaming Mysterio, denouncing him, basically saying he sucks the life out of every young luchador that comes through the door. LWO, Dragon Lee, Cruz del Toro, and Joaquin Wild interrupt, leading to a brawl. Kind of a good development between these two. I guess it's a little something for New Day and LWO to go at for just quite some time. Maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks. Give them a little something till we figure out what's next. But I'll tell you, the crowd was not feeling Woods in Kingston. It's almost like they got Dominic Mysterio heat. That's exactly what we want with a heel New Day, right?
Absolutely. You know, this brought us right into our main event, an absolute barn burner between Seth Rollins and Finn Balor.
Mm,
To never disappoint. Like you said, though, why did it have to end right at 10:30? It could have went on for a little bit longer. I just wanted to see more of these two in the ring. That's all. But Seth Rollins ended up picking up the win after Finn Balor hit a bunch of sling blades and looked like he was going for a coup de grace. Seth able to step out of the way, eventually hitting that stomp to pick up the victory to make himself the final entrant in the men's elimination chamber.
You know, after a pedigree by Rollins onto Finn Balor, it took about, well, I'll tell you, it was a kick out by Finn Balor, 2 3/4. The ref literally counted three, but Finn Balor got his shoulder up. And I tell you, this was the John Cena kickouts.
Ugh.
This was absolutely insane. This had the whole crowd shocked. The crowd went nuts on the ref, number one. Rollins couldn't believe it. And then Rollins, you know, he takes the dub with, I think it was a stomp onto Balor. But I'll tell you, man, Finn Balor kicked out at that very last split second, and this had the crowd going absolutely wild. Not only could Rollins not believe it, but he was able to, you know, submit that stomp and finally get the end say here. But I think we have now a full idea of who's in the men's chamber match. And we got Logan Paul in there, John Cena, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre. I mean, what else more can you ask?
Don't forget about our boy, LA Knight. Yeah.
Yeah, tell you,
God.
if there's somebody to win that match, of course it's going to be Cena, but it's almost like I could care less for CM Punk to win it. I'm going full Cena, but I think we're going to get some more tease of a feud with LA Knight and Drew McIntyre. So, of course, that's going to help them reinvent some type of life into a storyline with them to come Elimination Chamber.
Oh yeah, dude. I cannot wait for Elimination Chamber. About 10 days away. It's coming fast and furious. Both Elimination Chambers are officially full, both the men's and the women's, and Triple H has got us on the edge of our seat looking for what's going to happen next. Let us know what you guys thought about the show. Always like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you guys next time. Until then, peace out. This has been KozMatt. Thanks for watching.